Vision is something many of us take for granted. It's a complex system made up of many different working parts. I've studied anatomy and physiology, so I know a little bit about how your eyes work. While many of you may not have eye problems now, it can be something you or someone you know is affected by in the future. So by understanding how your eyes work, you can better understand the conditions that are affecting your eyesight. So today I'm going to tell you about the functions of the anatomy of the eye, the process of sight, and some different conditions that can affect your eyesight. So let's start with the basic anatomy. There are many different parts of the eye, but I'm going to focus on the three main ones that are involved with vision. And those are the cornea, the lens, and the retina. According to Vaughan and Asbury's General Ophthalmology, the cornea is the window to the eye. It's a transparent protective barrier over the outer layer of the eye right here. And it basically just helps guide the light rays through to your lens. Your lens is held in place by the ciliary body and the suspensory ligaments. It can change its shape, and this is called accommodation. So when it's focusing on things that are nearer to you, it becomes more circular. And it flattens out and kind of expands a little bit when it's focusing on things further away. And like everything else, the older you get, the less things start to work. So your accommodation goes down as you age. And the last point I'm going to be talking about is your retina. This is also known as the photoreceptive layer. It processes the images and sends it to the back of the eye, which sends it to the brain. There are rods and cones found in the retina, and rods help you see things like contrast, dark shades, and night vision. And cones help you see all the different colors. So now that we know some of the general functions of the eye, we can move on to the process of sight. It all starts with a simple image, like a flower, a shoe, a face. In a journal published in July 2015, Arizona State University explained that light cannot bend and must travel in a straight line. So when you look at an object, the light reflects off the object and sends light rays into your eye, which then go to the back of the retina, through the cornea, focused from the lens, and then it actually gets flipped upside down to the back of the retina. And this happens because of the shape the lens is in. It then goes from the retina and changes into electric energy and gets sent through the optic nerve back to the brain. The brain then decodes the information and helps you process the image that you just saw. And this all happens within 100 to 140 milliseconds. So now that we've gone over the anatomy and the process of sight, it will be easier to understand some of the conditions that affect your sight. Color blindness, nearsightedness, and farsightedness are some commonly understood eye problems. According to the 6th edition of Columbia Electronic Encyclopedia, colorblind affects the ability to distinguish between colors. 8% of men and 0.5% of women usually get affected by it. It's usually genetic and it's passed down to males mostly. And the most common form of color blindness is green and red color blindness. So instead of seeing red and green, you see different shades of yellow. You can also be completely colorblind, which means you can see no color at all, just black, white, and different shades of gray, but it's very rare. This happens because of inactive cones, and remember your cones are something that help you see color. So when they don't work, you either see shades that are different from the color that's actually there, or you see no color at all. The next one I'm going to talk about is nearsightedness or myopia. It's also very common. In an article published by Encyclopedia Britannica, myopia is the result of the eye being elongated. So basically, instead of the light rays converging and meeting at the point on the retina, they meet in front of the retina. And this causes things further away to become fuzzy, but you can still read up close. That means you're nearsighted. Farsightedness is basically the exact opposite. They converge at the back of the retina. And this causes things near to become very fuzzy, but things further away you can still see, so you're farsighted. I know people get those two mixed up all the time. It's really confusing. So now that we've learned some common eye disorders, you can start to comprehend how important your vision is. It's very complicated because all the different working parts have to work together in order for you to see properly. So today I explained the anatomy of the eye, the general process of vision, and some different disorders that can affect your eyesight. And I hope you learned a little something and remember how important your vision is, because someday it might not be there anymore.